Charlotte Motor Speedway, the home of the Queen City, hosts a Queen Jewel race here tonight. It is the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series All-Star Race here on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. Here in tonight's fun event, it is William Tiller, Brady LaBeouf, and Mr. Dean Hopton up here in this broadcasting booth, and I got the boss man alongside with me here tonight, and different format here tonight, Brady, but it's still a fun event. There are some playoff points up for grabs, as well as a pretty cool looking trophy.
Absolutely, Will. We're gonna change it up. We're actually gonna do something for the first time ever at Nazareth. Especially, it's a non-points event. Even though we will give the top five full-time drivers playoff points. So we'll be kind of kicking that in, for the guys showing up tonight. But since it's a non-points race, we figured, hey, we're at Charlotte. Let's do some inverts. It's actually not going to be 3 stages. It's actually going to be a 4 to 5 stage race with like a 10-lap shootout at the end. So why not, invert the guys? And also, we're making them have to take tires at the end of the second stage. So a lot of different things that we're trying out for an all-star event this season.
For sure. And we've seen the drivers right now in this qualifying run. And you see this field here tonight. Of course, Brady, some drivers are going to elect to maybe take tonight off. It is an all-star week, but you look at the grid right now. You look at Jeff Murph at the top, Steven Thomas, Mark Morton. That's a tongue twister up there, but a new driver in tonight's field. Adam Newton, of course, he's having one heck of a season, both in the Monday night and Friday night series here at Nazareth. Zach Hartwick there, Chris Cinnamon in 6th, Hunter Parsons 7th, Ed Osborne 8th, Joey Doucette 9th, and Michael McKinnon at 13th will be our top 10 to start off tonight's All-Star event.
Yeah, and then you got Taylor Peacock starting in 11th, Dana Shepard, Def Racing entry right there, starting 12th, Justin Lumpkin in 13th, Adam Johnson in 14th, Huck Wigginton in that C.O.P.S truck starting 15th, Jacob Klinghart in 16th, Cody Knott 17th, Jeff Sickles in 18th. Myself is in the session, but I'm just helping out, so I'm not starting. Brandon Bullock will be the caboose along with Raul Meza. So it looks like a 20-truck field tonight, Will.
It does indeed. A pretty good field for an excellent all-star race. But as we take the field across this beautiful racetrack here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, there was some devastating news that came across the newswire here at Nazareth, and that's a fellow driver here, Joey Doucette's mom's not doing so well, Brady. So here at Nazareth, we are one big family, so we just wanted to send our thoughts, prayers, well wishes to Mr. Joey Doucette's mom, family, everybody involved there. We're pulling for you. We know from Joey that you were an incredibly tough person, and Joey's an incredibly tough person, so we know everything's gonna be okay, and we're pulling for you here at Nazareth, Brady. And like I said, we're one big family here, so if one of us has an issue, we all have an issue.
Absolutely. And since Joey's number 16, how about lap 16 we just go quiet, and let him have that moment. We'll focus on him. And I just saw another tribute. Hunter Parsons is actually running Joey Doucette's scheme, so that number 25 truck, that other purple truck. So it's a good thing, like I said earlier, Nazareth's a family, so we wish them all the well. But here we go. We're green flag at Charlotte for this all-star race, Will.
Yeah, let's have some fun here tonight in the Queen City. It is the All-Star race as Jeff Merck takes us into 1 and 2. Stephen Thomas right next to him. As he takes us into that first corner, he separates just a little bit from that 23 machine. Jeff Merck has been the name at the top of the board all season long. One of those rookies that has really hit the ground running. But as we're down the backstretch here, that 23's right there. Adam Newton riding on board here with the DSR electric machine into 3 and 4. Brady, they're already battling for the lead off of 4.
Absolutely, and you see a bunch of swim drivers up there. That's Adam Newton right there in 4th. And then you got Stephen Thomas running in 2nd. They're trying to tag along and get on this draft here of Jeff Merck. Then you got newcomer Mark Martin right there in that number 8 truck, the Bass Pro Shops. He definitely is trying to make a move and a run on the outside there, Will.
Yeah, and you see the drivers are already starting to make those moves. Mark Morton right there. Almost sounds like Mark Martin in the race, but you see him to the low side of the racetrack here. Wasting no time to battle it out for the lead with Jeff Merck down the front stretch. He said, rookie or no rookie, heavyweight or no heavyweight, I'm going to take you on here in the first couple laps. Lap 3 there, side by side into 1 and 2. Stephen Thomas going to trail right on that back bumper. Rocking a Bass Pro Shop paint scheme, Brady, as we're down that back stretch.
Yeah, the misguiding thing about all of this, Will, is we race here, Charlotte. It seems like every single season. It's a great track to run at. This year it's the All-Star race, but running at night like this, somebody almost got in the wall right there. It looks like the number 12 of Zach Hartwig running that William Byron Raptor scheme right there. But back to what I was saying, Will, you're running at night, the track temp's cool, the air temperature's cool. You could feel like you could almost hold it wide open in 1 and 2. You got to lift in 3 and 4 a little bit, but it almost plays as a Vegas kind of drafting track. So it almost runs like Atlanta Motor Speedway, the new configuration of that track now. So you kind of have to watch how you burn the right front off. You want to save a little bit. You kind of got to watch these first 10, 15 laps because they're very crucial in this run.
Yeah, absolutely. Even though it's an all-star race, there are a lot of things to watch out for, including this battle right there between the 16 machine of Joey Doucette and the 82 of Adam Newton. Joey Doucette, the Joker. He'll go right by the 82 there. Chris Cinnamon's trying to get to the inside of the 23 machine of Stephen Thomas. These drivers, Brady, some of these guys have solidified themselves in Monday night series and Friday night series, and heading into the second half of this season on the Friday night series. I think a lot of these guys know that they're at the top of the points, but they want to come in here and try to get some of those playoff points because we know how important they are.
Well, also on top of that, it's just a money race. You come in here and, like I said, we're running 5 stages tonight through these 116 laps. We're going to go 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. And, you get paid for every stage you win. And then, it's a big payday, for the winner of the final stage there on that lap 116. So they know what's on the line. It's a little bit bigger payout than what we're used to doing week in and week out. So, hey, why not, keep that momentum coming? Like you said earlier, playoff points, but you don't want to get rusty, right? A lot of these guys are in the battle for the playoff positions right now. So they kind of want to come in here and just work on their craft.
Yeah, practice makes perfect. You want to get the extra track time. You want to work with these guys a little bit. And from what I've seen so far in this season, Jeff Merck has taken that to effect. It took him a couple races, maybe ruffled some feathers in the process, Brady, but ever since then has just really settled into a great pace. Or whatever track we go to, whatever driver tries to take him on, he does it now with a lot of respect. So it's that practice thing that you were talking about, Brady, but who doesn't need a lot of practice right now is Chris Cinnamon, who keeps trying to put it on Mark Morton, who is at the top of the grid here, a newcomer in this series, was brought on just this week to race in this all-star event. He's leading here, but he's under fire from some Nazareth veterans off the corner.
Absolutely, and you'll see Chris. It looks like he's trying his best to make that work, but he's going to get in line right here. When you're underneath the inside, like you see here, the 60 truck underneath Stephen Thomas, you tend to get tight in the middle of the corner and you have to lift, and that just blows your momentum coming off the corner, Will. So you want to try to make the pass, stay in the gas as best as you can, but once you feel that momentum here, you're just going to get blown by the rest of the guys.
And Charlotte's a very interesting track as we come off of 2 here down the backstretch. Stephen Thomas, Chris Cinnamon side by side for third. I just had a conversation about this track, Brady. It's a track that everybody knows, everybody's familiar with, whether you've grown up on the simulator, you've grown up as a NASCAR fan, you've grown up with NASCAR video games. But it's a track that is sneaky difficult. 1 and 2 are completely different than 3 and 4. The backstretch is much different than the front stretch. Plus, you have the trial that you have to deal with on the front stretch. So many different things at a track that looks so simple, Brady.
Absolutely. Like I said earlier, 1 and 2, you could almost flat-foot it, getting through there. And you see the number 8 right there. He's getting that run coming off of 2, and it's carrying him down the back straightaway. And You know, when you start racing at tracks like Chicagoland and Vegas with these trucks, and it, like I said earlier, it almost acts as though as like a mini Daytona Talladega. You know, you want to have that top side as the tires wear off because you can carry that momentum coming off these corners.
You want to carry as much momentum as you can in this race. 12 laps into the Murphy's Magical Creations 175 All-Star Race here. Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series. This is our All-Star break. It has been a very competitive season so far. Brady, I believe we don't have any multi-winners this season. I'll have to double-check that information.
Yeah, we have Keith Bradley with 3 wins and Jeff Merrick with 2.
See, that's it. And Jeff Merck right in this race here tonight. I think Keith Bradley might be taking the night off, maybe focusing on the Monday night playoffs. But right now, Mark Morton, you know, for a newcomer, he's holding off, you know, Merck, who has 2 wins on the season. He's doing a great job there at the top side of the grid.
Absolutely, and you'll see we're seeing guys coming and going. We saw Adam Newton drop back a little bit right there. He just got in the picture. He's running 6. Adam's going to save tires right here. And then we see Zach Hartwick. He's coming jumping on this front 4 pack right here. In the background, you can see the number 5 of Jacob Klinkport. And that number 13 is getting in our picture also. He's getting real big in Adam Newton's mirror right there. That's Michael McKinnon running that number 13 Holtz Poppers for Warrior Racing Esports.
I feel like McKinnon's done a great job here the past couple of weeks, whether it's in the Friday night series or Monday night series. Really good runs, Brady. I think Michael is really starting to find his groove, find his confidence. I know really hit a low there for a while, didn't race for a little bit there, missed a few races in the mix. We jump back up here to the lead, though. Jeff Merck is going to get to the top of the grid with a smooth move to the low side of the racetrack. But talking about that 13 machine, Brady, I feel like, you know, he's going to break through here.
We're going to go. We're going to go
race.
silent right here on lap 16. If we can get focused on Joey Doucette in that 16 truck. Well, like you were saying, Will, we wish the best for Joey and his family, and you were talking about Michael McKinnon right there. You know, kind of hit and miss this season, but he's gaining some momentum lately. He's been having a great run right there in that number 13 truck.
Yeah, definitely great runs, great run here tonight. See what kind of performance he can put forth here in this race. And folks, we took that lap 16 in observance of Joey Doucette's mom and family. They're going through an extremely tough time right now. So if you want to send your well wishes or thoughts, prayers, whatever you can to Joey's way, we invite you to do so. One of our Nazareth veterans here, Brady, comes every week here, races with us. Big family member here, great racer on the racetrack, and only imagine a great dude off the racetrack as well. So just want to wish him and his family all the best through this tough time, and we're all here for you, Joey, and anything you might need.
Absolutely. And while we were focusing on that, Jeff Merritt takes the lead, and like you see, Stephen Thomas is working to get back up there. This is one of the better tracks for Stephen, along with Chris Cinnamon, so it's no surprise to see them running up there, running up front.
No, and Charlotte's a track that once you're good at it, Brady, you can sort of lock in your groove. You know, some guys really prefer the high side of the racetrack, but right now we have a 3-wide situation. Stephen Thomas to the low side. Chris Cinnamon's going to get trapped, though, coming off of 2 right on the high side of the racetrack. Starting to see a little bit of that fanning out here early on, 20 laps into this all-star race. Different lines, as I was just alluding to here, around 3 and 4, Brady. Some drivers prefer that middle to high side. Some drivers prefer that low side of the racetrack.
Absolutely, and like I said earlier, once these tires wear off, as we see that's the 82 right there, and Zach Hartwick in that 12, there had to be some kind of misjudgment right there, Will. It looks like they just came together.
Absolutely. And that's our first caution flag of the night here. Ooh. And it's going to involve one of our big dogs, Adam Newton, there in that 82 machine. Probably going to be one of the earliest exits for Adam in that machine there, Brady, as he's going to get collected here in the very first stage of the All-Star race. Ooh,
Yeah, I would like to
that's
rewind
tough.
that a little bit, Will. If we could rewind that, maybe get a forward chase of Zach's truck. That'll be the tattletale for us. Him coming down. It looks like he comes down, and I'm hearing on race control. I think Zach Hartwick's getting the ELL for this. So yeah, if we can get maybe a forward chase view of Zach, we can get behind his truck and kind of see how this plays out. Yeah, he's just going to dog leg right there, and I kind of heard them talking on the radio, Will, like Zach was going to let Adam go, but I guess he just misjudged it, and he came down a little bit on Adam there.
Now, my only thing there, Brady, was there a bit of an iRacing incident there? I know we don't like to say the word on iRacing broadcast, but was there a bit of an iRacing incident there? Was there actual contact made, you think, on that replay, or was there just contact that was imaginarily made?
Well, pretty much as a league, we've kind of established ourselves as we don't use netcode as a cop out.
Gotcha.
It's not something that you can use as an excuse. Week in and week out, whenever
I like it.
it's similar things like this happen. Basically, the computer's registering Zach turning down there. So what the computer's basically saying is whether or not you see the trucks hitting, or if there's maybe a 6 to a foot wide of net code, they were going to collide anyways. The way Adam's coming up and you see right there Zach's coming
Right.
down. So yeah, so we don't really take net code into consideration in incidents like that, just because it looks like Zach's truck comes down, and as I said, he's getting the UL right now, so he'll be in the back of the pack for it.
You see right there, and that's got the boss man up in the booth here tonight, folks. So if you want all the details, all the point of views, tonight is the night to listen to the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. Out here just having some fun on this Friday night. Brady, there's a few things at stake, but for these drivers, it's an opportunity to basically take that breath, get ready for the rest of the season. Some of these guys, as mentioned, are having pretty good seasons. Jeff Murph, our leader, is one of those guys with 2 wins on the season. Joins only Keith Bradley with 3 wins, multi-time winners. And coming into around lap 22-23 now under caution. Brady, for the folks that may just be joining the broadcast, what's going to happen on lap 30?
So on lap 30, whenever the leader completes the lap 30, so it'll actually be once the leader or 10th place, depending on how far they are away from each other. So basically, the start of lap 31, the caution will be thrown, and our race controller TJ Moore, shout out to him for showing. He shows up every single week just like the drivers do. So he'll throw the caution. They'll have the opportunity to come in, take tires, stay out, whatever they choose to do. They only have 3 sets to change tonight, so it's going to be a little strategy game, I believe it's going to turn into. So they can either come in and pit, and then we'll rack them back up, and the next lap stage to end is set. So they'll do it all over again, whether that be lap 65, 70. But that's pretty much how we do it here, is when they complete that lap, that's set.
Alrighty then. So that's the format there on lap 30 here in the Murphy's Magical Creations 175 All-Star Race. And Brady, as mentioned, there's a lot of things going on here at Nazareth. Of course, on Monday nights is it's the time. It's playoff time. We're now in the second round of those playoffs. If you could, as we're still under caution, maybe talk about what's going on those Monday nights if folks want to tune into that race.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the same times as Friday nights. We grid at 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's getting really, really dicey. We just completed the first 3 races, the first round of the playoffs. We went to Charlotte, Bristol, and then we finished off with a great race at Rockingham. And now we're going down to 2 races in each round. So we have the round of 14, and we'll be going to the round of 10 next. So 4 drivers will be eliminated after 2 races, and we're heading to Milwaukee Mile. It's first time that series heads that way. So Milwaukee Mile on Monday, and then we'll have Darlington up next after that. So a real crucial round, Will, to get through, well, as far as the mile and Darlington, because once you get to the round of 10, the playoff points go away and all the points reset to 0 for the top 10. So you have to make it to the next round in order to have a championship shot.
Wow, lots at stake there. And another cool thing that we did here at Nazareth, we did a consolation bracket as well. So all the guys that didn't qualify for those playoff races get another chance at it, Brady. So that's another excellent thing there. And you can catch all that action 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Monday night in the SimRacerHub.com Truck Series. Again, as Brady mentioned, we're in the second round of the playoffs. But let's kick this thing off once again here in this all-star race. Jeff Murph will take the drop of the green flag next to a newcomer, Mark Morton, as they rumble across that front stretch into corners 1 and 2. The 60 machine looking good so far across that tri-oval into 1 and 2. They're side by side for a second, though, as he gets low on the racetrack there, almost to that white line, saying just above it, coming off the corner. Chris Simmons now clear in second, as Mark Morton and Stephen Thomas battling out for third down the backstretch.
Absolutely, and you could see on that restart, Will, the age of the tires. A lot of guys were spinning those tires, so we know some guys are going for it and just using up all their tire wear. As Michael McKinnon right there pops up in the picture, and as we ride on board in that Bass Pro Shop machine, fighting Stephen Thomas right here for third position. But yeah, I mean, this is what you're going to see is who has what after 27 laps of running on these tires. And after this, we'll have a 25 lap run, and then we'll go to some shootouts. So the guys that were fast with 10, 15 laps, we'll see those probably to the front towards the end of this race.
Yeah, as we come off of 4 right now, Brady, not only are you the boss man here at Nazareth, but you also participate in a lot of these races. A lot of different strategy calls, I'd have to say, here in tonight's All-Star race. What do you think is going to be the key to victory?
Oh, man. I know somebody's going to save tires here this first stage. It's inevitable. After the next stage, you have to take that 4-tire change. And I would like to be, I guess, within the first top 4 positions by the end of the 4th stage going into that 10-lap shootout. Now, if I'm running, let's say, 10th and everybody else stays out, I'm definitely going to come pit and have fresh tires for those last 10 laps. So I think a lot of different things you'll see towards the end of this race.
Down the backstretch here, lap 29 of the Murphy's Magical Creations 175 All-Star Race. The concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series. Currently, Jeff Murph takes us off of 4. Stephen Thomas, Chris Cinnamon right there as well. Newcomer Mark Morton, first race in this series is tonight here in this All-Star Race. He is side by side with Chris Cinnamon into the corner. Lap 30 occurs right now. As Brady mentioned, we're going to have an invert of the field. Is that correct?
Absolutely. We're gonna do a random draw, and I'll give the number out to TJ at race control, and we'll have an invert of that spot. So if it's the 12, if 12's the number, we're gonna invert the top 12.
Alrighty, very interesting here on a fun Friday night as that caution flag waves. We're going to go ahead and pull that number, see which spot we're going to invert the field from here tonight on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. It's myself, William Tiller, Brady LaBeouf, Dean Hopton up here in the booth. Fun night here tonight. All-star break for these drivers. You see Jeff Murph at the top of the grid. We're waiting to see where we're going to invert the field at here on lap 30. It's going to be done through a random draw. We're going to pull a number, whatever number that is. That's where we're going to invert the field from. See, right now it's been a pretty competitive race so far, but as Brady mentioned, a few things down the line here in this race can really shake things up. Lots at stake here tonight. We're going to have a custom trophy on the line. We're going to have some playoff points on the line as well. There's going to be some cash on the line as well. So these drivers racing for a lot as the entire field will head down pit road here. And Brady, do we know what we're going to invert the field from?
We're going to invert the top 10, Will. Top 10.
Okay. So just want to double check with you there, Brady. We're looking at moving. So number 10, we'll have to double check with Brady LaBeouf when he comes back. Looks like he's checking with race control on that information. We'll have to see who finished 10th there at that break. But as we watch the trucks come off of pit road here in the Murphy Magical Creations 175 All-Star race. And of course, as I just mentioned, these drivers are racing for a handmade, custom engraved trophy that is lit up with LED lights. Gonna have the race name, winner, all that good stuff. And of course, that is gonna be handmade, laser engraved by Murph's Magical Creations. They are gonna do that a few times here this season, those crown jewel races. So we invite you to go check them out at Murph's Magical Creations, see what kind of magical creation they can do for you today. If you want a picture of what tonight's trophy is going to look like, head on over to Nazareth Racing on Facebook. Check out that awesome laser engraved trophy that one of these drivers will walk away with here tonight. At the end of this all-star race, they'll get some cash, they'll also get some playoff points, which are going to be quite handy down the stretch. But we're going to invert the field from position number 10. So it looks like Hunter Parsons will lead the way here, as we're going to invert the field on this wonderful all-star break evening on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. Perfect opportunity. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and like this stream here on YouTube or Facebook. Go ahead and share it with your friends, family, or anybody that might be interested in iRacing action. Go ahead and follow us as well. We'll jump on over to the comment section here. If you're watching along with us here on YouTube, let's see what everybody's saying about tonight's race. We have Derek Donner out there. Good luck out there, drivers. Dana, give them hell out there. That's from Derek Donner. Bill the Masshole says, Adam Johnson! Exclamation points. We have Pew Racing. Says Pew Racing in the house. Bobby says stages. Bobby, I think we talked about an inversion. Lots of different things happening in tonight's all-star race. So stage is kind of out the window. We're going to have a few different things, a few wrenches we'll explain as this race plays out. Keith Bradley says, no, I'm working this weekend. So he's working his real-life job, not working on the racetrack. We're going to miss the animal this weekend. Darren Lumpkin says, here at Darren's Nail Gun Repair, we're praying for the best for Joey's mom and the family. So special message from Darren Lumpkin there. And Bill the Masshole says, where's Johnson? Question mark. Well, that's a good question there, Bill. Looks like some drivers may have taken the night off. It is technically an all-star break, all-star weekend, so some drivers elected to maybe take a deep breath this weekend. As you see, Keith Bradley is working. So some drivers electing to take this weekend in different ways. As we check out the field right now, is we're waiting to invert everything, and we're going to get things rocking and rolling once again here on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. And we'll check out here right now in this race, and we'll look for Mr. Adam Johnson. We see him in the race. He is in tonight's race there, Bill. The O2 machine of Adam Johnson. Currently, he is in the 18th position. So, taking his time, if you will, being patient in this race. Brady mentioned there are a lot of things to watch out for. We're going to invert the field here. We're going to throw some more wrenches in the mix. We're going to make tonight's race fun. That's what it's all about here in the Murph's Magical Creations 175 All-Star Race. All about some fun. These drivers are having fun here tonight. We're having fun up here in the booth. It is a good time. It is a fast Friday. I know every race for these guys is a stressful situation. You're racing for points. You're racing for money. You're racing for all sorts of things week in and week out. Tonight's race is that opportunity to take a deep breath, sort of relax, kind of re-engage with everything, or come out here and get some extra track time. Get a cool custom engraved trophy, get some cash, get some playoff points, whatever you choose to do. But here on to tonight's broadcast on the Nazareth 360 Racing and Network, it is the All-Star Race. And as I'm in the booth here, I'll see if I can't bring in my producer, Mr. Dean Hopton. And Dean, you've been with us here for a couple races. Tonight's All-Star Race. How fun is tonight's event?
Oh, it's absolutely fun, of course, and great memories, of course. And what a league, isn't it, to bring that memory. And we wish her very well, and the family, of course, going through a difficult time. Well, what you can do, of course, to show appreciation is to get behind the vehicle in the virtual world there and just drive your heart out. The trucks here for supporting the truck series, and we love it. I love it. It's fantastic for the Murph's Magical Creations 175 All-Star Race. So far, so good. Just that one caution, of course, and then we're going to find out exactly what you're talking about at the moment as everybody's bunching themselves up as to that flipped scenario. Mr. Will. And it looks like Dana Shepard there in the 45 machine. And the 18 there of Justin Lumpkin is in the P2 position. 11 positions gained between both those drivers. They've all taken a trip down pit road, my friend, on a lap 31 and lap 31 for Justin. Hunter Parsons had elected to go boxing early, but here you go, my friend. Go green, green, green. Let's go racing.
Well, let's rock and roll once again here from the Queen City. It will be Dana Shepard in the 45. Justin Lumpkin in the 18, taking us to the drop of the green flag as we inverted that field from the 10th position. The 45 machine looking like the Purple Hornet as we have a truck wrecking in the infield. Caution flag is out on the restart. Truck on the infield here at Charlotte. Caution is out. We'll wait and see who that was. I did see that live. Truck went sliding down that grass. Must have just been a little bit of a sketchy restart there.
Looks to be like, sorry, it looks to be like Taylor Peacock here. It's had a little bit of adventure of a backed up field and bang go into the fence where there's contact before and a lot of cars around there. The cars equal a lot of carnage. So we'll go back and have a look at that one a little bit from a different angle, perhaps. So from the chopper cam gives it a little bit more perspective to what happened.
It looked like the 00 Huck Whittington may have checked up just a little bit, checked up again there, checked up twice, it looks like. The 81 machine makes contact with the 5, and then he gets a bump from behind, looks like from the 16. But it looked like for some reason there, Dean, that the 00, he checked up twice on that restart, it looked like to me.
So you're talking about Huck, right? Let's have a look.
Yeah, the 00 there, so see him check up one time, right there, the 5 gets up behind him. You know, check up again. See, yes, it looks like twice to me there down the front stretch he checks up.
And that is that's Huck at the moment. You're looking at the, what would you call that? Like an aqua white and anyway.
Like a 90s teal, I think.
Yeah, there you go. Fantastic. I mean, as for driving, have no idea, partner. Absolutely no idea what would be correct or not when it comes to over racing. That's why we're on new experts. I believe we did drop one of our fantastic commentators. We lost Bradley, I think, did we? Bradley gone walkabout? Oh. I might have lost you too as well, partner. You might be breaking up a little bit in the broadcast there. So repeat that one, please. Will, you copy?
Yep.
Yep, gotcha. Sorry, what were you saying?
Yep. Well, he is the boss man here at Nazareth, so I'm sure he may have went and handled some business out of the booth,
pit
so to
road
say.
and got that sorted out. Okay.
Right now, as we are under caution here, we had some problems on that restart. It looks like some checking up, and unfortunately, and it looks like we are joined now once again by the boss man. Brady, we just had a restart there, truck down the infield, but other than that, it's been a pretty good as Dana Shepard's now our race leader.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy with the invert there because when we you know, had the top 10 there in running position, you had Chris Cinnamon go down pit road, and then you had Jeff Sickles go down pit road. So it was kind of hard to kind of get everybody situated right there.
A fun race here, different format, different things were kind of thrown in the mix. Only a couple cautions so far, Brady. Are you surprised by that, or were you expecting a little bit more chippiness here to start?
To be honest with you, I'm actually surprised that I've kind of considered it to be a little bit conservative on the end. I thought we would see guys fighting more, but I think everybody's just trying to, you know, get through these, you know, stages as we go and just wait till we get to the money round. But yeah, a little bit. I mean, I know we had 2 cautions, but both of them probably could have been avoided. You've seen that checkup right there on that restart, and Unfortunately, that kind of happens too often to none, as you see right here. But it just yeah, it's just tough right there. Whenever you're right behind somebody, Will, and you can't see them slowing down, and it's just a chain reaction right there.
Yeah, and it looked like Huck may have checked up twice, and little experience as I have in the iRacing simulator, Brady, I got to tell you that a restart.
Are we having a little technical issues there, Brady?
The gears getting rolling, I think, just one of the most difficult aspects.
Will, do you copy? Sorry, I might have lost you there a little bit there. Maybe it's just me. Do you?
Yeah, I've got you, Dean.
Okay. Do you hear? Do you hear? Will, okay, partner?
Yeah, we might have had some. We're having some technical difficulties with Will. We might have lost connection with him.
I do apologize, mate. You said to come aboard the C.O.P.S truck series. You didn't tell me I can't bring my dingo. The problem with my dingo partner, he likes to chew network cables. So I do apologize. You didn't put that in the terms and conditions. Okay, you're not gonna have my little pet dingo with me. So hopefully we'll get Will back. Sorry, I apologize, Will. He's chewing on your microphone cable again.
Absolutely, and I feel like we got Will. Will, you got a copy?
Yeah, we're back now, dealing with some new internet, so trying it out. It's not really working out too well. Looks like you might lose me again here, but down the backstretch here, Brady getting ready for another restart here in this all-star race. Daniel Shepard still leading the way.
Yeah, we also had a number change. What used to be number 69 for Adam Johnson, he's going to be rolling the 02 for the rest of the season. He got a new paint scheme on that 02 and wanted to change the number as well. So Adam Johnson, if any fans out there following him, he'll be in that 02 truck moving forward the rest of the season. But yeah, we're about to rack them back up and go green. It looks like Joey Doucette had some early problems 3 laps down. These cautions are actually going to help him. I know he took the wave around on the last one, and then he just got the lucky dog, so I believe he's only 1 lap down now. And we're about to go green here with Dana Shepard and Justin Lumpkin on the front row.
Yeah, let's try this once again. Dana Shepard, Justin Lumpkin across that start-finish line into 1 and 2. Also see Michael McKinnon up there. Hunter Parsons in that 25. And you see Dana Shepard is going to clear 2nd and 3rd place. Into 1 and 2. He's going to go mid in that corner, though. Brady going to open the door for a Lumpkin low side of the race.
Yeah, we've got another caution actually on the Speedway. Got another caution on the Speedway. I'm hearing Jacob maybe. So Jacob Klincourt in the number 5, if we can find him. Yeah. Oh, wow.
I believe that might have been Adam. That's gone. That's
Yeah.
Adam. Oh, the fan favorite as well too. We're gonna go back and replay this one because just a little bit. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Well, race control doesn't always give us all the goodies. But you know what? We have a goodie. It's called a replay button. And now we can go back and see what happened. What maybe, I don't actually know if this actually caused it, but we'll go on board. We'll go back a little bit here. So this is the race restart. We're about half time, I believe, too. So this, we're looking at focusing, of course, here on Adam. Oh, no, it's 37 turn.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, there you have it. And
yeah,
so
maybe
no
we could get some, we're hearing shifting problems on the 37 truck. So a lot of frustrated drivers, it sounds like there, knowing that he had shifting problems. So that's a tough break for everybody that was involved in that.
Well, who was the car that you feel that the shifting caused it? Is the difficult one to look at? Was it the
37 truck right there, Raul Meza, 37.
Yep, there we go. Yeah, that's where he's just like bingo on that. That's a Constantine effect at that point, and everybody else is just a passenger. Yeah, because he wasn't close. I mean, there was no contact with any other car. Just has so much horsepower, isn't it, mate? You're undershifted, or obviously, I don't know if you're overshifted at that point. Once again, and look at that. Unfortunately, everybody else at that point. Then again, you're so early in this race, you cannot count it over. You've got plenty of time. We've seen this before in the park. I've seen it recently being introduced into ovals. You can come from last place and win a race if you've got laps up your sleeve, and they do still have laps up their sleeve, 74 of them to be correct.
Absolutely, Dean, and that's great to note right there. And if you could see where Raul, the 37 truck, that's where you shift from third to fourth gear in these trucks. And about middle of one and two, you've got the rev on high, and you're going from third to fourth gear. So, maybe he couldn't get it into fourth. Maybe he tried to go to fourth and he went to second, and we'd have to rewind it a little bit
Yeah,
further than that just to see. But
we will.
it looks like Zach gets in the back of him and just tags him, and then he kind of goes sideways, gets into the O2, and then it's just a chain reaction after that point.
Yeah, I wanted to ride on board here for a second and have a look. So we'll see right now. So here he is.
Yeah, so he should be in second right here, maybe third.
See the shift? Yeah, you saw that?
Yeah. So it looks like he was trying to go to fourth gear and actually went to second gear. I'm not sure with Raul's equipment if he has that H pattern shifter, but he selected the wrong gear right there. That was obvious.
Yeah, Bill out there, the Bill the mass. Anyway, I won't even say that one, but yeah. Will, are you back? Because Bill's out there. Bill, jeez, it's all gone everywhere.
Yeah, we found Adam Johnson. As Brady was talking about, Adam Johnson fans out there. Bill is definitely one of those. And folks, if you're watching along with us here on YouTube, we invite you to go ahead and comment. We'll read your chats live here on this broadcast. It's a fun night here. It's a loose broadcast. It's a fun night. Brady, we're giving away a trophy, giving away some cash. These drivers get a break. It's a loose night. Even thinking about maybe bringing up some drivers.
Oh, he's
here
spun into the pit road.
Oh
no!
Wow! Wow!
Is Adam getting a little camera shy here?
Oh,
What's going on? He's going into pit road at the moment. Now he's reversing up. That's your spot number 202. We can't really see that, can we, guys? But what's going on, Adam?
Oh man! That's probably a product of almost missing your pit stop, your pit box. I'm sorry, making a pit stop, and you just got a little happy getting into there, and you just passed it up, blocked them up, and hit that inside wall right there. That's what that looks like, guys.
See right now as we're still under caution, and let's see if we can maybe talk with Adam as he's down pit road. And
yeah, you're gonna have to drag him in at the moment, mate. He's got as Bill said,
talking
maybe
with
buy
Adam
iRacing
Johnson here
setup.
on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. And Adam, you got a copy here in this All-Star race?
Me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I do.
Yes, sir. Well, I just wanted to bring you in here real quick. We saw your little mishap on pit road, but you have a fan watching in the chat there. Definitely shouting you out here. You having fun here tonight, this All-Star race, and what's your thoughts on the season so far?
Well, I was having fun till people want to, stay out on track when they're having shifter issues in front of the whole field and get you a bunch of damage. But yeah, so I've been frustrated flying in the pits there and locked up the rears and spun around, but got almost all of it repaired here. So go back to green here and ride around and get the rest of it fixed afterwards.
There we go, talking with Adam Johnson. And Adam, before we let you go to this green flag drop, did you want to shout out Bill? He's one of your biggest fans there in the chat.
Yeah, Bill's a good one. He's a buddy. I appreciate him watching and supporting, and he got into sim racing by watching me stream, and he just got all his stuff in, so he's excited to get started on it. So
there we go. All right, Adam, we'll have some fun here, my man, and maybe you can take home that trophy at the end.
all right, sounds good. Appreciate it, guys.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, here we go once again. We're going to get another restart. Dana Shepard's going to take the drop of the green flag here on the front stretch at the Queen City in the Crown Jewel. Murph's Magical Creations 175. It will be Justin Lumpkin, though, with a great restart into 1 and 2.
Absolutely a fantastic restart right there by that number 18 running for Sick With It Motorsports. Michael McKinnon's going to get a run on the outside to go to second. Hunter Parsons is trying to push 45 Dana Shepard out there to get ahead of him, but it looks like Michael's going to get in there, and Dana's going to sneak in third place right there in line.
Yeah, and you see Hunter Parsons on that 25 machine rocking a tribute or an homage paint scheme to the 16 machine of Joey Doucette. You see almost identical paint schemes, but a 25 machine is trying to put that truck into victory lane in this all-star race. He's to the inside of Dana Shepard in the 45 machine. Stephen Thomas in the mix. Mark Morton, a rookie here tonight. He's keeping pace as things get tricky off of 2 there. Brady very tight down the backstretch.
Yeah, he was looking to get on that outside quarter panel. Thought better of it. Just get back in line. Try to get him on this next corner. What's tricky about this track right here is this quad oval right here. This dog leg, quad oval, what everybody calls it. If you're right there behind somebody, you can misjudge it and get into the wall right there, Will. We've seen that on the Monday night series, and it causes just a big old wreck because everybody's not expecting you to, wreck on the front straightaway right there. So these guys got to be careful whenever they're behind somebody and they're not blind. As you see that shot right there, once you get behind this 8 truck, you can't see Steven Thomas. Steven Thomas is in front of Mark right here, and if he checks up or if he gets out the gas, it could get you in a lot of trouble.
No, and I like this group right here, Brady. These are some junkyard dogs. If you haven't noticed, down the backstretch, they're pushing one another. They're bumping each other in the corners. All 5 of these drivers right here, they're not afraid to really bump elbows, if you will. They've kind of simmered down just a little bit here. Now single file down the backstretch into 3 and 4. And with the exception, of course, of that rookie of Mark Morton, a lot of these guys have put forth say thousands of laps with each other at this point. Look at the likes of Steven Thomas. Jeff Murph, of course, is a rookie this year, but he's racing in both the Monday night and Friday night series. So you're looking at these group of guys here tonight on lap 50. It's really an opportunity, like you said, Brady, to shoot it out, see who's going to get that trophy at the end. A lot of bragging rights, a lot of cash on the line as we head into 3 and 4.
Absolutely, and this is a great battle right here with these guys. And I mean, look, great job to Mark coming in here. He's a newbie, but, he's staying clean and he's racing these guys pretty hard. And, these guys need to watch out because he's going to be here the rest of the season. So they'll get a glimpse of what they're seeing tonight the rest of the season, Will.
Absolutely. As those two are side by side off of corner 2 down the backstretch. Now, folks, in about 9 laps from now, the yellow flag will fly. That will be stage number 2. We'll have another random invert. How that'll work is we'll pull a number, whatever number that is, that's what we're going to invert the field. Exception with stage number 2 here, all drivers must pit under caution and make a 4-tire change. So whatever momentum, whatever whatever asphalt you put underneath those Goodyear Eagles, you're going to have to throw them off, put some fresh ones on there. Work through that till lap 83. That will be stage number 3, but still a long way to go for that, Brady, as we head into 3 and 4. And you see this battle up at the top still raging on.
Absolutely. I mean, a great battle right here with the 16-8. We've seen Jeff Merrick get the best of Mark right here in that 60 truck as the laps run off. And like you said, 83. So we still got, seems like, 30 laps to go before the next invert. So, man, it's gonna be tough to see if Mark can hold off Jeff, and you got Steven Thomas right here in this battle. So we'll be interested to see if these guys, they keep racing, but we got Michael McKinnon right here putting the pressure on Justin Lumpkin to get this take the lead right here. So we'll see if Michael can make the pass. It looks like he's going to think better of it, get behind Justin Lumpkin, but we'll see if Michael can make this pass happen. He wants to be out there. He wants to lead. Michael's due for a win. And I know even though it wouldn't be a points race tonight, he would still like to, say that he won a race.
I mean, points race or not, Brady, you win this race here tonight, you get cash in your pocket, you get a laser engraved trophy, you get playoff points. So although it'd be cool to win a regular season race and, of course, lock yourself into the playoffs and all that cool stuff, I think winning a crown jewel race, winning an all-star race, that's something that you can brag about for the entire season.
Absolutely, and I misspoke, Will. The next segment is 59. Then we'll get into 83. So 59, you'll see it in the next couple of laps. They'll throw the caution flag. We'll do the invert, re-rack them, and then they'll go to lap 83 for the next stage. So, man, Michael's driving hard right here, trying to make this pass. But Justin Lumpkin, if you ever raced against him in Nazareth, he's one of the hardest guys to pass just because he's so consistent and so clean. So Michael's going to have to pull one out of the old hat here to try to get around him.
Absolutely. McKinnon in Justin in the 18 leading the
I might have a little bit of that.
Look at the battle coming off of 2 here down the backstretch.
Yeah, I think we're having problems here in Will again, but you see Adam Newton's, he's had a lot of damage from that first incident with Zach Hartwick. I believe it was back on lap 26, 25, around that area, right before the ending of that first stage. He's coming back up here, running inside the top 10. He's battling Hunter Parsons and Dana Shepard in that 45 machine. So great recovery so far by Adam Newton. You see Chris Cinnamon back there. He came down pit road twice. Not sure if that was a strategy call by him or what, but he's starting to make his way back up here to the front. He's running right there. I believe this is battle for 8th, 9th, and 10th, and 11th.
Yes, it
correct
is.
me if I'm wrong on that, Dean.
I would
But
say they're going to go through the middle here at the moment, go 3 abreast here. That's going to be bold and brave. Hopefully, Will's going to come back and look at this one. There's still very, very close battle at the front here. That's going to be tight, and I'm not quite sure there's enough space in here, but these drivers are going to find a gap. If gap car, let's see how they're going to do it here for the C.O.P.S Truck Series.
And Hunter Parsons giving Dana Shepard at number 45 a little bump right there. Adam Newton, we got a caution out, but as you've seen, Adam Newton getting tight right there in the middle of the corner. But that's the caution. That's going to actually be our stage break. So stage 2 victory is going to go to Justin Lumpkin. So he's going to get some pay. He's going to get paid for winning that second stage. So congratulations to Justin Lumpkin. It looks like they're slowing down right here, Dean. They got to probably let the pace truck catch up and pass them up. Yep, that's exactly what's going on right there. So these guys will come down now. Please note they do have to all take a 4-tire stop right here. After this, they can use whatever strategy they want to, but they must take 4 tires here. So you will see everybody come down pit road once it opens up. I believe it's opening up right now, and you will see everybody do 4 tires, and then we will do the invert.
Yeah, Will, are you back? Do you have a copy there, Will? Quite sure we do have a copy of Will, but at least it's a perfect time because we have 17 drivers in the pit road. We have the other drivers at the moment that aren't entering pit road, of course, are the ones that are going to unlap themselves. So, and it's a perfect time to do it. As you can see, it's chaotic down there, isn't it? I don't know how you drivers manage to find where the you box on your spot. Nice choice of the people there, but yeah, I don't honestly know.
Well, I was actually watching Goat Locker Racing's broadcast that you and Jacob Reeves did, and you guys talked about it last night a little bit, and like Jacob said, there's apps, there's things to, talk, that talk to you and kind of guide you on and off pit road, and I know for me, I got a countdown for, 3, 2, 1. So once I hear 3, I know I can turn into the box because we're allowed 3 pit stalls before. So it does kind of help out. But Dean, just bear with me for a second. I'm gonna be right back. I'm going to tell TJ the number.
Let's just listen to the cars for a little bit for a second while we're on a caution here this evening. Welcome everybody in the chat. Actually, I'll engage a little bit there. So, Bill, you got your answer question, because the great thing that we have here at the C.O.P.S Truck Series is that we talk to everybody that's tuning in. Thank you for the 25 or so people that are tuning in at the moment. As Ginger Parrot said, go Shepherd go. As the Fledger Farming TV, hope everyone's enjoying racing. We are Fledger Farm. We all know that one as well. Darren was chatting a little bit before about the a parade that we had for Joey's mum and the family that we had the silence for on the lap, the earlier lap there. So anybody in particular you want to talk about or focus on or shout out, for sure, under the caution cars, we will be able to point the camera in there, and even sometimes, as we even heard before there, we can get a chance to pull the driver in to have a bit of a chat and a bit of a yarn, because it's a family that we are here and racing for the C.O.P.S Truck Series. So that's
well, I appreciate you, Dean, covering for Will while he figures out his connection. So looks like top 12 is going to be getting the invert right here. So you'll see Justin Lumpkin head to the back, and we'll see some guys that were running the back and come to the front.
Yeah, it gets a little bit, just to explain that one, because I mean, even myself is a little bit confused, because at some point when you register who's crossed that line, And we know for a fact Justin was in P1 at that point, right? Because that's pretty easy peasy to figure out. But I wasn't really, paying that much attention to his P12. The drivers would know. And at that point, they'll switcheroo. So just to get everybody, kind of like who's where, how, why.
Absolutely, and it's kind of it's not a true invert, just because it takes so long to kind of rack them up. These guys don't really, there's not that communication besides race control kind of telling them. And like I said earlier, we were having issues with kind of like, trying to get guys lined up, but then you had some guys that actually went down pit road and kind of topped off. So we just gave them, the top 12 in EOL. So the guys from 13th on back came to the front, and then you'll see the top 12 kind of get back in here. So Lumpkin goes from first to looks like 5th, and then everybody else will fall in suit.
Yeah, he's currently 5th at the moment. Ed will go to the top of the timesheets there. 7 positions gained overall here for the 42 machine. And behind him will be Huck Wigington, sorry, there, Adam Johnson. There you go. So the Adam fams out there, especially the man out there, Bill, the asshole, who was saying that he got you into iRacing. Well, he made him buy iRacing and set up. Well, look at that, Adam. So the 02 machine. He was like, really, he's wiggling at the moment. I hope you're listening. Wave yourself there, Adam. Wave your hands. I think he is at the moment listening. Well, you see, this is exactly why I was saying there, Mr. Bradley. I always call you Bradley, but it's not.
It's fine. I've been dealing with that all my life. Bradley, Brad. It's Brady, but it's fine, Brady. Man. I answer to anything.
It's a Bree, yeah. It's a BR. You never give up in a race. You never ever give up. Especially, this is the one thing I do find I do a love, and coming from a track racing, broadcaster and commentator. Is that anyway? We're gonna go green. We'll talk about it later. Let's go green, green, green. Race, race, race.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. Ed Osborne's getting a great start, and it looked like Raul was the worst of that. This stage is going to end on lap 83, so a little less than, right at 20 laps it looks like they got to go. So we'll see who can come up here and who's not. So it looks like Justin's going to make a move right here on the 00 of Huck Wigginton right there in that light blue machine. That's actually a good color. I like that scheme that Huck comes up with. Huck paints his own truck, so he does a phenomenal job, and he brought the heat tonight. It looks like you got Justin, Stephen Thomas there, Mark Martin, you got Jacob Klinghardt, Michael McKinnon, Jeff Garrett, Adam Johnson's right there in second place. We'll see if those guys can maintain throughout the rest of the stage. So a lot of dicing to get through this field. Whenever you have the invert that happens and you have some of these guys that were riding around in the back, they might not have as much speed as these guys that were running up front. So it's definitely it's you got to kind of pick and choose your battles, right? Whenever you're trying to pass somebody, because you don't want to burn off the right front too bad. You kind of want to take it easy. You might want to be saving some tire right here. And as you see, Jacob Klinkhardt's getting real racy right here, trying to pass Justin Lumpkin for 5th. This battle is going to go on into 3. We'll see if Jacob can complete the pass. I'm assuming Justin's going to give it to him. Yep, looks like he'll give it to him.
What you'll find as well, too, that I've seen in my experience of racing, and even where it's oval or if it's track, it's the fact that the drivers that have the most amount of experience are the ones that are very, very gingerly. They're very, very taking care of their car. They're buying it flowers, they're taking it out for a nice dinner, and they realize it comes down to the crunch of the final dying stages of the race when you have the pace to keep it going and cross the line as quickly as possible. And they're the ones that take experience. They don't mind giving up 1 or 2 positions. They're like, okay, it's fine, because I'm not battling it right here on lap 67 of 116. I want to have the best powerhouse machine under my right foot. When I hit the loud pedal, I want it to be as loud as possible. And that's where it matters, and that's where it's key. So you see some of the best skilled drivers you're ever going to have in the virtual world or the real world will be very patient with their driving and consistently perform great results, barring, of course, incidents. And I think we might have Will back.
Yeah, guys, I'm back for now here in the NASCAR 360 Racing network booth here, and watching this race play out. And we have a new leader, Stephen Thomas, up there. Just saw Ed Osborne in that 42 up there for a little while as well. Lap 69, guys. You're starting to see some new guys starting to creep inside the top 10.
Absolutely, and like we said, we just had that invert right there, the top 12. So you see a lot of comers and goers, and Jacob Klinghart's not wasting any time. He's making his move up there. He's going to the front. He's passing Ed Osborne for fourth place right here, Will.
Yeah, Klinkart in that 5 was involved in an earlier caution. It was that checkup on the restart, but the 5 machine has dusted his shoulders off, has kept it moving, kept it grooving into the corner. That 5 machine looking good here tonight, but here comes Jeff Merck. Can't keep him down here in this race. Brady through the inverts and through everything, those first couple of stages, the 60 machine now back inside the top 5.
Absolutely, and man, I'm actually getting it's getting a little interesting right here because I don't really I see Chris Cinnamon right there. Stephen Thomas, who it seems like has been running third and fourth all night, doesn't even seem to be in the top 10 if I'm correct. Not sure if anything happened to him. I'm trying to see his name come across the ticker, I'm sorry, but I just might have lost sight of him right there, Will. I'm not sure where he's running at.
I think I see him down in the 10th position.
Okay, there's Steven. Okay. Yeah, I figured Steven would have made some bigger gains than what he has right there in 10th. And as you see some other guys right here, but yeah, Jacob Klinghart's definitely not wasting any time trying to get up there to the front.
I don't know. You want to get up there as soon as possible. You want to get up there before the last invert. That way you can make sure you things that you find yourself in a good spot. Not even as you look for options in that 25.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I lost Stephen Thomas. He's in the lead right here. So,
yeah, where's Stevie got? I was going to say, Stevie's here at the
that's what-
moment, mate.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's right
Didn't even-
near this. He's like,
he snuck
man.
right by me, Dean. I'm like trying to figure out. I was like, man, it seems like I've been seeing the 60 truck, Chris Cinnamon, Stephen Thomas, and everybody, and I'm like, well, I've seen the 5 go by. Where's Stephen Thomas?
Mark Morton
and he's
knows
leading the
exactly
race.
where he is because he's right up his tailpipe going, there's Stevie, mate. You're going to see deer in the headlights right now. It's called Stevie in your headlights.
Yeah, I was just so confused. I could have sworn I saw Lumpkin go up there, and he was leading, and all of a sudden we did the invert, and I thought I could have sworn Justin Lumpkin went up there to the front, but he's actually to the back. I guess I got those two trucks mixed up by their paint schemes, but we're back on track. A little humor
He might
right
not
there.
Be one for too long, partner. Look at this one.
No.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. That number 8 truck is going to the front. We'll see Steven get the run right. Oh, actually, no, the 8's going to clear him. Looks like Steven's going to bump draft him on the way back down at the back straightaway. So we'll see if anybody else has anything for these two cats up here. Jacob Klinghardt made it to 3rd right there. You see that blue and red truck behind him, 60 of Jeff Merck. So we'll see how fast these guys can get up here and battle for this lead.
As we watch it playing out right there, Stephen Thomas and Mark Morton. And I was going to say, Brady, I think Mark might be driving for a job. This could be an audition maybe for a team for Season 3 of our Monday Night Series. Maybe sneak him into a couple more races this season. I mean, the 8 machine, he might be raising some eyebrows out there. Maybe a new team member for some guys.
Absolutely, and he's definitely getting a lot of eyes thrown on him tonight by taking the lead from a veteran of Stephen Thomas, who, we know he's the Season 5 champion. He's pretty good at tracks like Charlotte, amongst others. But yeah, when you go and you pass Stephen Thomas for the lead, Will, in this series, you're definitely going to get the attention of the other drivers.
For sure, as we jump back to Jacob Klinkhardt in the 5, Jeff Merck right there as well. Jeff Merck to win on the this machine bias paint scheme of Kellen Naughton from Ricky Bobby.
Absolutely. Will, I couldn't really catch you right there. You was kind of cutting out again. I heard the Ricky Bobby, though.
Ricky Bobby never cuts out. So, here you go, 60 on the inside apron. We have a caution.
The Old Spice machine. I think if I cut out there, every time I see that truck, reminds me of Kellen Naughton.
Let's have a look what happened further back. Oh, Well,
Oh
that's
wow.
interesting. Well, that'd be a turn in there for the 26th. Now, obviously, we're only looking at this for a split second. Well, we'll go to the old replay it back up. Yep. And no,
There
this
you-
is an English stream. We'll have a look at what's happening. Obviously, they're going to be side by side, aren't they, gentlemen? So we're going to look at that one. So here it is. So you know where you're at it. So guys, explain this one at quarter speed, and maybe we roll on board the 26 machine.
Yeah, we might want to speed it up just a little bit, Dean,
Yeah.
because it's on the next lap where they come together. But as you can see right here, Cody's getting a run. It looks like he's going to try to cut off the dog leg right there, get into the corner. He doesn't really have the best angle right here. So he's coming off a 2 right here. And then you see Huck trying to keep that momentum on the outside. And it just
there it
looks
is.
like Huck, yeah, it looks like Huck must have come down maybe the side draft. And it looks like they just come together. Cody's not thinking that Huck's going to come down on his quarter panel like that. And that's the thing, you know, we talked about this. This was actually a conversation on the podcast with Tyler Dittmer and myself. Shout out to Hot Laps, our
Yeah,
Nazar
when is
podcast
that coming back,
we do.
by the way, Brady? When is
But
that podcast coming back?
Tyler Dittmer finally, well, you know, Tyler's in the military, so he's on government time. So his schedule's kind of going back to normal. So you will catch that this Thursday night coming up. So next Thursday night, Tyler and I will be on Hot Laps doing that segment. And we've talked about this. I've kind of made the argument, you know, a lot of these guys run on a single monitor. You know, they don't have that triple monitor where they can see, you know, that truck that's on the outside or inside of you. And, you know, it kind of, I believe it plays a role. It plays a role in some of these accidents that you see when trucks come together. You just don't know how close they really are, you know, until you're spinning out or you're in the wall. So I think that was just a misjudgment, maybe by both of their parts.
Alrighty, great take right there, Brady, and I can't wait for that podcast to come back. I think you guys do a great job of providing all sorts of insights and behind-the-scenes information on what goes on here at Nazara and all the driver information. You guys also touch on some NASCAR things as well, Brady. A few big headlines in NASCAR recently, one of which was Kyle Busch selling his truck team. Talk about trucks here on our Friday night series. I thought that was a bit of surprising news in the NASCAR world.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely, you know, anytime you hear a merger or you know, somebody buying another team, whether it be trucks, Xfinity Cup, you kind of makes you wonder, you know, just like where everything's kind of going, what direction, or was it, you know, the past events that kind of happened with the switch from Toyota to Chevy? Just, you know, kind of makes you wonder, you know, what's going on behind the scenes, or if this was talked about, you know, the past year or two of what's to come. But yeah, a big move, definitely in the motorsports world for that team in particular. It's going to be interesting to see how they continue to keep the momentum, because when you purchase a team like that, you know, in the truck series, you know, it's basically the Hendrick Motorsports or Joe Gibbs, you know, of the truck series. So definitely going to be interesting to see the next season as they run a full season.
And all things considered, I think Kyle Busch Motorsports could be considered one of those top tier truck programs. And I think Brady maybe, you know, Kyle Busch was being pulled in too many different directions, and maybe figured it was best to maybe hand the reins off to somebody else for those young drivers coming up through the truck series. And I know every time that Kyle jumped in one of those trucks, he always seemed to get those checkered flags. So I know he's going to miss doing that.
Absolutely, and you just never know what's to come. You know, now that he's a Chevy driver, you know, Rick Hendrick, Richard Childress work close together on engines, their engine program. So you just never know if you hear, you know, a merger with Kyle Busch Motorsports and Junior Motorsports on the Xfinity side, and that leads to maybe a Cup charter. You just never know what goes into all these. You know, as we've seen, like guys like Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan come together and just build a, you know, multi-car, you know, Cup Series team. So you just never know what's next. You know, we've seen Brad Keselowski leave a team so he can go join Roush Fenway Racing and become an owner. We've seen just these guys, want to get beyond their years after racing and kind of, still be tied into the sport from an ownership standpoint. We've seen Jimmy Johnson do it. Jeff Gordon's pretty much taken over Hendrick Motorsports. So it's just, it's good to see these guys get involved, but it's interesting, whenever you have manufacturers play a part, sponsors play a part, and they kind of tell you, what you can and cannot do sometimes. So it's going to be interesting to see some of those things play out.
There we go, folks. If you want some more of that NASCAR inside information, go ahead and tune into that Hot Lap podcast coming back to the Nazareth 360 Racing Network next Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But let's kick off the racing once again as Mark Morton takes us into 1 and 2 Green Flag Racing here once again, 83 laps into the Murph's Magical Creations 175 All-Star race as the 8 machine's going to take us off of corner number 2. We have a battle for third, Brady. Down the backstretch, there is Jacob Klinkart right there, side by side with Jeff Murph.
And I promise you, I'm not going to forget where Stephen Thomas is. He's right there in the second position. And this is actually coming to the green and white checkered flag. It was a 1 to 2 lap shootout for this stage victory. And Murph Morton's going to get it. So that number 8 truck, man, his first race, he is going to find a stage win.
We have a caution.
He's been working at it, Brady. I'd have to say that 8 machine has just been grinding inside the top 5 through the inverts as well. It's worked up through the field to get back up to the top again. And Dean, I think we've been watching this 8 all night. I mean, just putting on a show.
Oh, the 8's putting on a fantastic show as the pace car truck just drives all the way through the middle of it. Pace car, you've had enough time to shine, my friend. Give it to Mark in the 8 machine. All right, how dare you? But there we are under a pace car job. Would you like to explain the pace car? Because I don't see any incident reports of anything happen.
And as they go down pit road right here, we'll see them, they have to stay to the right side of that dotted white line. They should be single file when they come down. They'll get in their pit boxes, get some fuel in there. Not necessarily take a full tank. Some of these guys run auto fuel, so it automatically puts a certain amount of percentage of fuel that they want in it. You might see guys take 4 tires. You might see them take 2. Might be fuel only, but this chance, I want to shout out to Dean Hopton, our producer, who's been kind enough to kind of fill in for Will with his technical difficulties. We won't hear that much from Dean on Fridays and Mondays as he's producing behind the scenes for us, but he's responsible for all these camera actions. So just a great job by him.
There you go, Dean. Get a little light shine on you there, and he's learning as well with us, Brady. Coming from, he's currently in Panama right now, not totally equipped with what we do in the oval racing. So it's a cool process to have Dean with us to sort of learn alongside, but also showcase his wonderful producing skills here at Nazareth.
Hope you're not trying to put me on the spot that one there, partners. I'm just listening to the fantastic job that everybody is doing here. So there we go, another new leader in this race at the moment. The number 3 machine, my favorite number there, and the Ford there of the sole Canadian on this jam-packed grid of 22 drivers. So 21 from the less northern part of the United States of America. And you're talking about Panama, my friend. I'm still in the Americas. Just in a little bit that connects North and South America currently at the moment, but I'm still at Australian at heart.
Absolutely. And it's great to have you alongside us here tonight in this all-star race of the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series. This is Murph's Magical Creations 175. And as mentioned to kick off tonight's broadcast, the drivers here tonight, Dean, they get a laser engraved handmade trophy from Murph's Magical Creations. And boy, that trophy does look awesome. They're going to do that this season for this series. A couple crown jewel races along the way. Tonight being one of those. If you want to check out what that trophy looks like, go ahead and head on over to Nazareth Racing. Or if you want your own custom engraved trophy, go check out Murph's Magical Creations tonight. Get that trophy ordered. It is awesome. I want one, Dean. And one of these drivers here tonight, they're going to take that home.
Trophy, you always want a trophy on the trophy cabinet. The only thing that you don't want to have a trophy cabinet is that when your wife or girlfriend says, really? Another one? You're gonna have to like get out there and build me another room, or at least get out there and buy me a bigger house with all those trophies that you're starting to stack up. And so there you go. But hey, that's just an achievement in itself, and you should be very, very proud of that one. We should be getting ready to go racing again. Gentlemen, 31 laps to go. This is when it starts to become a little bit more crunch time, so you start to get those elbows out a little bit more and go, realize, hey, there's some fantastic positions I can gain here. Now, it's all about keeping the car out of the fence. It's all about keeping the car on the track, and it's all about seizing an opportunity when you can. And Adam out there still, you'd have to say, for the 0-2 machine, at some point, he was just chasing the field early in this race, wasn't he? He was like way out of there. I thought, is Adam even got a shot at this one? And just like that, he's back at it. I think it's because Bill's out there giving him all the support, and nothing like a bit of support and the love from the chat to give you the fan boost.
Shout out Bill. I mean, he's just powered Adam Johnson to the top of the grid here. Bill is just going to be excited watching along with us here on YouTube.
Yeah, and it's interesting, like I told you earlier in the show, Will, we're getting down to this. We just completed the 3rd stage. Now we're getting down to this 4th stage, which is going to be a little around, I believe, 15 laps or less. So, man, it's crunch time right now. We're seeing they know they're going to have another caution. Who's going to stay out at the end of the stage and who's going to get tires? So, definitely that strategy bug that's playing a part right here.
It wouldn't be a NASCAR race if there wasn't a bit of strategy sprinkled in, but let's see how it plays out as Adam Johnson will take drop with a green flag with Chris Cinnamon, who will get an excellent restart there from the outside of the racetrack. He'll head into 1 and 2 with the race lead as we're back racing here in the Queen City. Adam Johnson, though, under fire from Hunter Parsons early off of 2.
Absolutely. We see Chris Cinnamon right there, the number 3 truck, 0-2 falling in. Hunter Parsons is going to make a dive to the inside and see if he gets tight. No, he looks like he's able to make that pass right there. So Hunter Parsons to 2nd place. And we'll see how these guys kind of fan out. We'll see they get single file a little bit. And they're just going off into that corner right there, Will.
Yeah, and these laps will go by quickly. Brady here as next time by, it'll be lap 90, but right now we're down the backstretch. Jacob Klinkart to the inside of that 12 machine into 3 and 4. See Michael McKinnon in that 13 machine. He's still lingering around in this all-star race. Mark Morton on the back bumper. Stephen Thomas off of 4. We make it lap 90 into 1 and 2.
Yeah, we're on board here right now with Michael McKinnon. He's trying to get that arc into 1. Trying to follow Jacob Klinghart. He's clear right now. Now's the time to go to the top, Michael, if you're hearing me. There he goes. Oh, and he's actually gonna, looks like trying to make a move on the 5 maybe of Jacob Klinghart getting into 3. He's gonna go to the under bottom. Yeah, he's gonna go to the bottom, get underneath Jacob and clear him to make that pass. So McKinnon's getting a little racy right here. Brandon Bullock, his teammate, is following him. Next up is Stephen Thomas for Michael. We'll see if he keeps this momentum going and try to get to the front. He's one of those drivers we'll have to wait and see if he's going to make a pit stop on this next stage, if he's going to just stay out. You see Jeff Merrick right there also going to the front. Like I said, guys, these top 6 guys stayed out, so they're going to be on a little bit older tires right here, taking a different strategy approach as Michael McKinnon takes a short right-hand turn and gets above Stephen Thomas right there, and they're going into 1 right here, side by side with Brandon Bullock.
As we watch the field head into the corner, Dean, I wanted to ask you here, as a driver, if it's the All-Star race, you're having some fun, do you try to gamble a little bit, or do you still try to stick to that same race strategy of boxing?
25 to go, stick to your race strategy, I'd say at this point. Then again, I'm not quite sure the actual strategy around here, but it's still go, go, go. You're at the absolute limit, of course. You can't afford to make any mistake here. you also have to rely on the cars around you to give you a little bit of a draft and give you a little bit of a checkup as to what pace you're doing, and also keep it very entertaining because your adrenaline level has to be through the roof and your heart rate has to be through the roof, and it's a lot of fun. So we'll see how it pans out. There's getting close at the top of the timesheets as well too. Chris still leading by a margin, but further back, Hunter's got a bit of trouble there with Adam Johnson.
Yeah, Adam Johnson on the back bumper of Hunter Parsons here. Bill's going to be cheering his driver along. You see Adam Johnson in that 0-2 machine to the inside of that 25 of Hunter Parsons. Here comes Mark Morton to the outside of Adam Johnson. He's trying to use the outside lane to his advantage. He's going to get sucked, though. Hunter Parsons throws that tail in front of the 8 as he came firing off a 2, Brady. They're side by side in 3 and 4.
Absolutely, and you know, it's all about get track position and control in this race. And as you see, Mark, wow, I mean, you know, it looks bad. I know it looks bad on the camera angle right there whenever they're coming off of 4. It's getting close to that wall wheel. That's how you got to come off, though. Like, that's carrying all that momentum down the front straightaway. You got to use every inch of this track, it seems like. Oh, wow, that was almost close right there between Michael McKinnon, I believe, and Adam Johnson right there. Yes, so... Man, Michael's continuing on the front. He's up to 4th. Now he's going to try to make a pass on Hunter Parsons. And, man, these, you just see, I want to say it's about a 15, maybe lap difference between tires right here. And it is showing up to see how Michael can get in there and just continue to push that momentum coming off the corner there, Will.
Yeah, and I'm liking the moves I'm seeing out of the 13 machine here tonight. Moves like Jagger here tonight in the Queen City. He's going mid in the corners. He's going low. He's throwing that tail in front of the guys on the exit of these corners. He's staying, when he makes the passes in the corners, he's staying mid to force the driver on the high side to kill that momentum on the exit. These are certain things that we don't see out of the 13 on a daily or on a race-to-race basis, Brady. So this might be a new side of Michael McKinnon that we haven't seen just yet.
Absolutely, and you know what? It's time. You know, now's the time to be aggressive. You know, you're getting down to 20 laps. The truck looks stable right there. It looks very good going through that corner right there. And Adam's going to fight back on the. Hunter's going to fight back on the outside right there. Hunter Parsons, that is, but. You know, now's the time to be aggressive and try to make your moves and get your track position because, you know, once that caution flag comes out for the stage break, if you're not pitting on the next caution, you want to be the leader.
And you see Michael, he's on the block right there playing some defense. As I like to say, offense scores you points, defense wins you championships, and he's throwing that tail in front of the front end of the 25 machine, Hunter Parsons, who keeps trying to gnaw at the back bumper of the 13. Just playing that blocking game back and forth as we have just about 5 laps to go here in this stage, Brady, that will allow us 14 laps for a shootout. But as we have another side-by-side battle for position down the backstretch, here's Adam Johnson and Jeff Merkin to 3 and 4.
Absolutely, and that 0-2 of Adam Johnson is going to try to keep that momentum off, maybe draft off a Hunter right here. We'll see. And Brandon Bullock, you know, we haven't really talked much about Brandon Bullock all night long, that 17 truck behind Jeff Merrick, trying to make a move and trying to get the spot, maybe proclaim a top 5 finish in this stage right here.
Absolutely, you want to try to get the best position
Mark,
possible.
what's this one right now? He's charging tooth and nail. I
laps.
think you guys mentioned this, so it cut you off, isn't it? Because look at that. Sorry, you were breaking up a little bit there, so I just seeing that necessarily what's going to be the stream there. Mark's now getting a little impatient for the 8 machine. Wonder if he's spotting anything that Chris is making mistakes on. Of course, us been focusing on that battle that's behind him, and that's still drawing up at the moment. But still, lead of this race before you said go into another caution, 16 to go.
No, absolutely, Dean. You're spot on with that. And the 8 machine of Mark Morton is putting himself in a great spot right there. And Hunter Parsons rocking that paint scheme in tribute to the 16 machine, or in support of the 16 machine, Joey Doucette. He's in quite the battle. This is an Ali versus Frazier battle into the corner, Brady.
Absolutely, and he gets right down there on his right-hand quarter panel. Going to slow him down, and Hunter's going to try to kind of stay side by side. We see Michael McKinnon. Man, I'm so proud of Michael McKinnon right here. He's passing Mark Morton right here for second position, 15 laps to go. Like you said earlier, Will, this is the Michael McKinnon that we're not used to seeing. And man, this is just some great stuff at their team machine.
Breakthrough performance that could maybe kickstart some mojo, some confidence in both these series that he races in. Currently, though, the caution flag is out. I believe, though, Brady, that is the stage break.
Absolutely. Stage break. We'll have to see if some guys stay out, some guys pit. What's going to happen? It's going to be a 10-lap shootout. It's going to be definitely interesting, Will.
Absolutely here, Brady, as we watch the field get back together as we're under caution. But we'll step aside for our first break of the evening here on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. We'll be right back with the last 14 laps here in the Murph's Magical Creations 175 All-Star Race from Charlotte. Welcome back, everybody, to the Queen City in this crown jewel race in the Murph's Magical Creations 175 All-Star Race from Charlotte. I am William Tiller. I am joined by Brady LaBeouf, the boss man here at NASRA, and the ever-so-talented Dean Hopton. And, folks, we've seen all the stages now play out. We only have about 14 laps to go in this race. We've seen different stage winners along the way. We've seen some excellent racing. We've seen some guys maybe who don't really press the issue too hard, Brady, who have been aggressive here tonight. We've seen some newcomers make some waves. We've seen some veterans getting taken out early. It's been a pretty fun all-star race so far.
Absolutely. I'm having a blast tonight calling this race along with you and Dean. Just something different, just added a little spice to the mix and kind of worked into guys like Michael McKinnon's favor. We've seen Adam Johnson up there, newcomer Mark Martin up there, Ed Osborne in that 42 truck, the 17 of Brandon Bullock. Just some guys week in and week out that you don't normally see up to the front of the field. They're up there tonight, and man, I don't want to give the announcer jinx or the commentating jinx as we call it, Will, but I'm just excited to see some of these newer guys up here running up front.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, Brady, in both the Monday night series and the Friday night series been the year of the rookie. It's been a lot of rookies that have really hit the ground running here at NASRA. And folks, if you're listening along with us here, if you're a driver or if you have anybody that's interested in iRacing or joining our league, definitely go check us out at NASRA Racing on Facebook. You can send us a direct message there. If you have Discord already, go check us out there as well. Brady LaBeouf, he's with us here tonight. He is the boss man at NASRA, so if you're looking for the contact, he is the man for all of that. Season 3 for Sim Racer Hub is kicking up here soon, Brady, but we still got a second half of this season right around the corner.
Absolutely. You know, it's funny how the series stagger each other. You know, we're in the playoff hunt right now for Monday night's Sim Racer Hub, truckseries.com. And we're All-Star break. It's about halfway through the season for this series, and we just started planning for season 8 schedule today.
Wow.
So you'll see that in the next 2 to 3 weeks. We usually, announce that new schedule right around the playoff time, whenever that comes, like week 13, week 14. So we'll definitely be introducing that schedule here in the next couple of weeks. It's going to get finalized here next week. So we'll share it with the drivers, and then we'll share it with our fans out there. And if anybody's interested, you come run season 8 with us, because we'll be here.
Absolutely, it is an excellent league here. But folks, let's end this all-star race here tonight from the Queen City. It's going to be Chris Cinnamon taking us to the drop of the green flag with Michael McKinnon, Jeff Murph, Mark Morton, Adam Johnson, Hunter Parsons, Stephen Thomas, Justin Lumpkin, Ed Osborne, and Zach Hartwick go roaring across the start-finish line into 1 and 2. Chris Cinnamon takes us in. Jeff Murph right behind him. Let's see if they'll go low into the corner. They'll do exactly that right now as the third place car of Adam Johnson will go mid on the corners and come off of 2. 10 laps to go as Chris Cinnamon takes us on the backstretch.
Absolutely, and it looks like a bad restart right there. It looks like Chris caught Michael sleeping right there. He fell back to 4th. We'll see if he can rebound from that position maybe. Hunter Parsons right there. He takes the 4th position right there. Yeah, it's getting close. I'm not sure. I don't know if Hunter took tires right there or not, or who's on tires, who's on old. We know the top 4 right there. Michael being in 4th at the time was on older tires, but I don't know if Stephen Thomas and Hunter Parsons are on new tires, Will.
Hunter Parsons is on new tires, Stephen Thomas on new tires as well. Our top 2 on the racetrack are on old equipment. They are currently under fire, though. Adam Johnson's right there. You see Hunter Parsons there as well. They are nipping at the tails of these top 2 guys. There goes Adam Johnson to the inside of the 60 machine. Oh, my goodness gracious, Brady, it's getting sketchy here off of 2.
Yeah, it looked like Hunter Parsons in that 25 was trying to make a move on Adam Johnson right there. And he just kind of got on the apron right there, checked up, and look at the momentum right there that Hunter Parsons carries. He's taking it 3 wide right here for the lead.
You can't take it 3 wide through there, gentlemen, but don't tell them that 7 laps to go. Look at this race. You got a bunch of people who are backed up. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Anybody can win this race right now. I hope you'd be hyping. I want to see you in the chat. Shout out, who do you think can win this one? 7 laps to go.
Wow. I mean, right now, Dean, it's anybody's race as we head into 3 and 4. We're still bunched up on the racetrack. Jeff Murph, though, had to check up Brady on the apex of 3 and 4. Got a little nervous as Hunter Parsons, our race leader, through the tri-oval. 6 laps to go into 1.
Mission 1 Esports versus Upfront Motorsports right here. The 25 of Hunter Parsons, Adam Johnson at 0-2. We'll see who can hold off who, and we see Jeff Merrick right there falling back on a little bit older tires right there. It's going to be interesting, though, to see this 23 of Stephen Thomas for Sick Within Motorsports. Justin Lumpkin's coming in the picture. That's 17 of Brandon Bullock right here coming into the picture with fresh tires. What's going to happen next, guys, as these guys are going to get racing and maybe even side-by-side? Who else is it going to bring closer to the front of the field? As you see Adam Newton right there making a dive bomb move.
Yeah, everybody just trying to get around the 60 machine. Jeff Murph, as you mentioned, Brady, that old equipment starting to slide. Dean, we head into 3 and 4 as we come off this last corner. Going to make it 4 laps to go. This has to be go time for these drivers.
Hunter's got to be hunt for it, hasn't he? Yeah, but he got the title there, my friend, for the 25 machine. 6 positions gained at the moment. Don't take it away from Adam. I think Adam's going to do something about this. They ball boxed on lap 103, so the tires are all fresh. It's all coming down to the driver. Stephen Thomas, of course, lost 1 position. Consistent. Call him Mr. Consistent, Mr. Stephen Thomas, because he's now to bring it to Adam. He's going to go up on the inside line right now. He's got to be patient. There's 4 laps to go. We've allow enough space there. Adam's going to go to the high line. This contact is going to go a little twirly well, but kept it pointed in the right direction. Will compromise speed. And he's going to, will unfortunately have another shot at this one. It's going to buy Hunter a little bit more time with 3 laps to go to win this race.
Yeah, 3 laps to go. Throw up those 3s. Rest in peace to Dale Earnhardt, because Hunter Parsons will take us down the backstretch Adam Johnson, Stephen Thomas, our top 3 for the checkered flag for the Murph's Magical Creations 175 All-Star Race. Hunter Parsons holding it down on the inside. He'll come across the tri-oval. He'll make it 2 laps to go into 1.
2 laps to go. Adam Johnson has fans in the chat room. Speaking of fans, oh, we got a caution out.
Ooh.
Caution. Ooh, green, white, checkered, gentlemen. We'll have to see where that one's coming from. But speaking of fans, Will, I got a fan in Michigan, Mr. Steve Barnett. Got a package in the mail for him that I shipped out, so he'll be seeing that next week. So, Steve, if you're watching, man, shout out to you, man. We appreciate all your support.
There we go. Fans getting a hook up there. Steve Barnett going to get that package in the mail. But I think we had some carnage on the front stretch. Michael McKinnon's going to be involved. Chris Cinnamon's going to be involved. These are guys we just saw racing for the lead, Brady.
Yeah, we got to rewind this, kind of see what happened exactly. So we know Chris Cinnamon's on older tires right here. Michael's making a move. Chris is falling back. Oh, we're hearing that Chris comes down the number 3 and he's getting the EOL.
Ooh.
So Chris Cinnamon is to blame for this one, folks.
We talked about the track. It looks like the triangle may have claimed a victim.
Yeah, there's damage to Chris, and there's Michael going in there. So their race, unfortunately, might come to a closure. At least it says bring the car home, I would say. It doesn't really matter if you're going to be first or last. You just want to see Barney in the checkered flag of 3 laps to go, because you put so much effort into it already. You'd be surprised how much a race can change when you come into the next race of the C.O.P.S Truck Racing Series here, presented on the NASA 360 Racing Network. Well, Purple Machine of Hunter has to hold on just for a little bit longer against the fan favorite there of Mr. Adam Johnson. And don't count out Steve Thomas. He's lurking. Oh, he's in the background. The 18 machine, the 23 machine. There he is right now. I'm just wondering where Hunter. The Hunter's just out of picture. That's the reason why there. Justin in the 18 machine, fired up, of course, on the livery there. And Brandon, you'd have to say, the number 17 machine right there. The most gained positions, give or take, P5, 15 positions gained. Adam's probably the one that's gained the most in P2. He has an opportunity now, and he has a shot to win this race. Now, guys, you know that as race drivers, do you risk it all for the biscuit to try to get the race win? Or do you settle for, he's 0-2, right? That's the number. So 0-2 would be good for points in your championship. But, you know, if you get it all wrong and it comes to get him Hunter, well, then guess what? Stevie, Justin, Brandon, Adam, and everybody else behind you will get all those positions, and you'll end up with nothing left.
Well, I can tell you this, you know, on a normal night, you know, we're running for points, you know, there's a lot of things that kind of play into your favor. So, you know, you kind of pick and choose your battles. But tonight, All-Star, 9-points event, put the playoff points aside. I want the trophy. Shout out to Murph's Magical Creations. They're making a trophy. It lights up. It's an awesome trophy. It's got the shape of Charlotte Motor Speedway. The sponsors involved, C.O.P.S.
Cool.
Yeah, Concerns of Police Survivors. Appreciate them, their support. Their logo's on it. There it is. That is what the trophy looks like, guys. And if you can imagine, it's on you know, some clear glass, and it has a little light in it, and you can change colors with it. So a nice trophy that we get from Huck Wigginton and his buddies over there at Murph's Magical Creations. So,
do you think
yeah, I'm going for the trophies.
Do you think Hunter wants purple on that one? Because it seems like he's got purple over his motor vehicle. Or perhaps Adam says, no, I need a little bit of white here. I need a little bit of different livery. Either way. And then don't count out, of course, Stevie. Stevie's got an opportunity. You guys, what do you think at the moment? At this point, we've only just a handful of laps for the sprint shootout. Anybody really in the top, what, 4, 5 has an opportunity of taking that fantastic trophy home?
Oh, anybody in the top 6, I would say, has a shot at winning this race. So 1st through 6, and you just never know what's going to happen when these guys get side by side. You just never know.
Right.
So I say the first 3 rows have a shot, but I got to give the edge to Hunter. I mean, he's controlling this restart right now. I think he's just going to pull it off. As he gets the big jump, I don't see them catching him by controlling this restart. So we get 3 attempts at it, guys. This will be our first attempt at the green white checker.
I'm at the 18 just from the comment Brady made earlier, how he's able to block positions, really lay it down on the racetrack. He's been consistent tonight as well. Inside of the top 5, top 3, so I'm battling for the lead there a couple of times as well. So I think if he gets a really good restart on that outside lane, which has shown to be the faster lane on the restarts, the 18 could be the truck in victory lane. But guys, I think we're both forgetting one of the hottest drivers in NASCAR right now, a man who's at the top of the power rankings. And that's Mr. Adam Newton in the 82 machine. He's in 6th. He's not too far away to get that checkered flag either.
No, I wouldn't count Adam Newton out, but at the same time, it's just, man, it's tough because you just don't know. Like, look, imagining them being 175 miles an hour going down the back straightaway in turn 3 right now. You're boxed in. There's no, where are you going to go? Hunter Parson makes the awesome move right there to make it 3 wide on Chris Cinnamon and Jeff Merrick, and just splits them in the middle, comes out with the lead. But you're racing guys with older lap tires, so it's kind of like you got an advantage right there. You don't have an advantage with these top 6. You're all on the same strategy as them, so we're going to find out as we're about to go green, Will.
Well, let's rock and roll once again from the Queen City. This is it. Green, white, checkered. Hunter Parsons takes the green flag into 1 and 2. Great restart there as you look at the inside lane, trying to form up there with Johnson. That 0-2 top sides formed with Justin Lunkin in the 18. Hunter Parsons, though, feeling the pressure off of 2 as we're down the backstretch here with 2 laps to go.
Stephen Thomas is going to get right there on the inside of Adam Johnson. He's going to have to ride that outside, maybe protect. Hunter Parsons goes down to the inside to block. That's going to get the momentum to the 0-2 right there. We'll see where he goes. Oh, man, that's close. That's close right there. Come on forward.
White flag is out. Final lap here tonight in the Murph's Magical Creations 175 All-Star Race. Side-by-side racing right now between Hunter Parsons, Adam Johnson. You see contact door-to-door right there on 2. Hunter Parsons clears down the backstretch. You see Stephen Thomas in the 23 goes by the 0-2 of Johnson. The 18 of Justin Lunkin trying to make a move. Stephen Thomas in the 23, low side on the racetrack. Hunter Parsons in the 25, still in the lead. He'll take us off of 4 through the tri-oval. Hunter Parsons will win the Murph's Magical Creations 175 All-Star Race from Charlotte 25 machine. Winner here tonight.
Man, that was just great. Just great. Fantastic all night long. We've seen comers and goers, Will, and at the end, it's Hunter Parsons 25 machine Mission 1 Esports shouting out to his buddy Joey Doucette in a replica paint scheme. And look, that sweeps the week for Hunter Parsons. He won on Monday night, his first win of the season. It took him 17 weeks to win, and Monday nights he wins at Rockingham, and he comes and wins the All-Star race at Charlotte Motor Speedway on Friday night.
He is having himself in the next round of playoffs on here on Friday night. Wins cash, wins playoff point, wins a trophy as well as we check out the result of the All-Star race as Hunter Parsons is burning it down. He takes home the checkered flag. Stephen Thomas comes home 2nd. Justin Lunkin 3rd. That's our podium. Adam Johnson 4th. Adam Newton 5th. Brandon Bullock 6th. Ed Osborne 7th, Zach Hartwick 8th, Jacob Klinkart 9th, Jeff Merck will round out our top 10.
And Cody Knott's going to come home 11th. Mark Martin, now we saw win a stage and run mainly up front. Looks like he was on the bad end of that deal that last stage. He'll come home 12th. Jeff Sickles would be a quiet 13th position. Dana Shepard in 14th. Joey Doucette, we actually saw him multiple laps down most of the race, but he actually comes back on the lead lap, finishes 15th. Huck Wigginton was involved in that last accident with Chris Cinnamon and Mike McKinnon. He comes 16th. Raul Meza, shifting problems in this race, 17th. Chris Cinnamon, we saw him lead all the way to that final stage. Will comes home 18th. Michael McKinnon, what a great run throughout this entire race. He has nothing, everything to feel, proud about himself. just got caught up right there in that pit strategy. 19th. Taylor Peacock, we saw in an earlier wreck, will come home 20th.
Yeah, excellent race here tonight in the All-Star race. And before we get to our podium finishers, folks, we invite you to go check out our title sponsor, Concerns of Police Survivors. They do excellent work for all of those boys, men and women in blue out there who suffer traumatic losses. They do all sorts of community events. We're honored to have them on board this season. You see that logo right on the back of the trucks there. That was done in association with Mr. Lee Murphy. But again, we want to invite you to go check them out at concernsofpolicesurvivors.org. See all the awesome things they do. Also want to shout out our wonderful trophy maker here tonight. You see it right there, Murph's Magical Creations. Go check them out. As Brady said, that trophy here tonight's in the shape of Charlotte Motor Speedway, so that's probably just a sample of all the cool things they can do over at Murph's Magical Creations. But Brady, let's not waste any time. Let's catch up with the winner who will take home that prize here tonight. He'll be able to make it any color he wants. Hunter, we just talked about the week that you were having, my man. You win on Monday night. You come here on Friday night. You win this race. How'd you get that done in this All-Star race?
First of all, I honestly don't even know. The whole multiple stages and tire game, I kind of had a plan before this race even started of what I wanted to do, and that was basically just save a set of tires until that last stage, so I could run that last 10-15 laps wide open. And it was hard to not want to go out and just race the first, 80 laps or so, but needed to save the equipment a little bit for the end there.
Good about tonight's All-Star race. Of course, it's a fun event, non-points sanctioned there. Did the format though? Was that fun? Or inverting the field, having a few more stage breaks in there? Did that sort of make it a little bit more fun on the racetrack?
Yes and no. It shook things up. So we saw, I was in no means one of the fastest trucks tonight. We saw a lot of different guys going up front, leading. Then they went to the back and back to the front. So that was pretty interesting to see. It was kind of a mess, trying to figure out the inverting and who's going where, if we're counting it as the stage end or when we come out of the pits. So it was a lot of confusion. So we kind of had to make do throughout the lobby. But overall, win or lose, it was a little bit different and fun to race like that. Just kind of glad it paid off for me there at the end.
Joined by Hunter Parsons, the driver of the 25 machine. He wins the All-Star race here tonight. Dean, Brady, anything for our race a winner who's having one heck of a week, if I say so?
No, congratulations, Hunter, for coming out on the victory tonight. My biggest question is, are you surprised that there was, we saw Michael McKinnon, Jeff, Chris, Adam, well, I wouldn't say Adam Johnson, but, there was a couple others, I want to say the top six. Some of those guys stayed out and were trying to hold off you guys on fresh tires with 10 laps to go.
Yeah, I don't know exactly who had what left for tires. I believe some McKinnon and Cinnamon, I think, didn't have a set of tires left, so they thought they were going to be all right. I believe, I think it was the 8, Mark and Merck. They both had a set of tires, but didn't think a lot of people had tires left, so they ended up coming down with that first green white checkered, I believe it was, and taking some tires. So it definitely helped a lot more because, like I said, I was no top 5 truck all night. Just I couldn't have the short speed that we had with these short run stages. Kind of like how Monday with the long run and tire wear, I kind of excel a little bit more on that. So with that last 10 to 15 lap stage we had, I just kind of had to give it all I had and try and get around those cars with older tires as quick as possible.
Okay, be honest with me. How scared were when you went 3 wide with Chris and Jeff?
I need a shower after this because I think I shit myself.
Okay.
Because I
Well,
don't think there was enough room for a truck, but I sure as hell made room for a truck.
I got you.
But
Well, before we let you go, is there anybody you want to shout out?
yeah, you guys for putting this on. It was awesome to win the All-Star race. I didn't think I would have, won Monday and tonight. It took me forever to get that first Nazaro win. Now I have two in the same week, so that's pretty badass. Joey Doucette for giving me the rental truck, as you may have noticed tonight. That's pretty awesome of him. We blew up in qualifying earlier, so and then just the guys at JGR 101 Designs, the guys in M1 for taking me on as a part-time here on Mondays.
All right. Well, we appreciate you and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
You're kind of cutting out on us, Will, but we're going to bring in the runner-up here tonight, which is Stephen Thomas. Stephen, you got a copy?
Yes.
Well, congratulations on a runner-up finish, man. Tell us a little bit about the race. It's not the normal three-stage racing where you have three different runs, three different, lap runs, whatnot. You see, in a final run, you see a green flag pit stop sometimes. But tonight, different format, changing it up, trying to, make it exciting, which it was, I must add. But 5 stages. Tell us a little bit about how you wanted to run the race as far as having to take tires after that second stage, and then when you would take tires the next time.
I had an absolute blast tonight for sure. The layout or whatever you want to call it for the All-Star races, that was fun. Once we figured out how to correctly invert the field, it worked out great, man. Like I said, my approach to this race was just to go hard the whole time. I didn't care. It was records or checkers tonight for me. I didn't even realize you had to change it was mandatory 4 tires after the second stage until we were pulling into the pits and the teammates told me. So I just took tires the first, second, saved the third, took them the fourth, and or took them the last, whatever that may be. How many stages we had? 4 or 5? I took them the last
Well,
stage. The last 10 laps is when I took my final set of tires. But like I said, I was just driving the piss out of that thing tonight. Really, that's the only approach I had because I have not been up front for a few weeks and I was tired of it. So it was fun to race up front and put the bumper to Murph and a couple of those guys throughout the whole race. I had a good time.
I know, like you even snuck up on me the last couple of stages. I'm sitting here thinking, me and Will thought you were running 10th and you were up there in the lead. We kind of lost sight of you there for a second. Will, you got anything for Steven?
Steven, you talked about how fun this race was. Do you think this could maybe throw some confidence or some mojo in the rest of the season moving forward?
Oh, for sure. Running in the front, finishing in the front always does. It's super busy around here this time of year, and I don't have much time to put into it. So I've been struggling a while, but it's gonna get cold, and I'm gonna get my butt back down here on the basement on this rig here, and we'll be running in the front again, talking to you guys during the playoffs. I, I'm pretty confident about it.
There we go. The cold weather brings out the heat in Stephen Thomas's truck, so we'll have to wait and see.
Well, before we let you go, Steven, you want to give a shout out to anybody?
Yeah, of course you in the league and Nazareth 360 Broadcasting and everything they do each week for us every day we race. I want to thank my teammates. What is it? Team leader Jeff Sickles and Adam Newton and Adam Newbert and Justin Lumpkin and all those guys, Blake Lothian, that run with me every week. They're guys fun to race with. I want to thank our sponsors. My main sponsor, Jersey Smoke. And the team sponsors Millie Restaurant Catering, A's Lawn Landscaping, DSR Electric, the Family Handyman, Darren's Nail Gun Repair, and Ladan Co. And I want to shout out to Joey Doucette and throw some prayers towards him and his family. They're going through some stuff right now, so I want to shout out to him and let all those guys and everybody there that we're thinking of all of them. And thanks guys. Had a good time. Y'all have a good night.
Awesome. Well, good luck the rest of the season, Steven. We look forward to hearing back from you in the next couple of weeks.
All right, guys.
That was our runner-up finisher, Stephen Thomas, for Sick With It Motorsports in that 23 machine. And we're going to get down to this third place driver. Justin Lumpkin, you got a copy of us?
Yeah, I'm catching up with Justin Lumpkin here, the driver of the number 18 machine. And Justin, we saw you up there rubbing for the lead a few times. You're in the top 5 majority of the race, top 3, give or take a few laps. Did you have fun here tonight? What'd you think about the All-Star race?
And it was a blast. It was a fun race. Like everybody was giving their all out there. You had a little bit of different strategies with the inverts going on, and then having 4 sets of tires, and then like four extra sets, and then you had the 5 stages or 4 stages, whatever it was, and it calls for a little bit of strategy. It seemed to work out for me and Steven. We just ran out of time. And Adam was right there too.
Yeah, I was gonna say on the green-white checkered restart, did you feel like you had a shot there? I kind of called you out there on the outside. You were my pick to win the race because I thought about restarting on that high side was gonna give you the best shot. Did you feel like you had a shot though, or did you feel like maybe just a little bit too far back down that grid?
I knew Hunter was going to get a heck of a jump. It was just me being able to time it, and I had a terrible jump. Going into 1, you want to be on that bottom. If anybody's got tires equal to yours, you definitely want to be on that bottom because you're gonna pull ahead. But we had a chance. It was just depending on what happened. I was in 4th. I was content with pushing Steven to the win if he had a shot. We was just going to see what Adam and Hunter did for that first lap and then go for it on the second one. But other than that, I'm content with 3rd. I'm happy for Steven, Adam. Adam came in 5th, I believe, 4th or 5th. And then Jeff was running good up there too. Overall, I mean, we could have pulled it off with a few more laps, but we'll take it, especially with the statement.
3rd place All-Star. I don't ask for more, of course, but it's not bad. But bringing our other colleague, Ian, you got any questions for our 3rd place finisher?
Yeah, Justin, what did you think about the format tonight, and what is this going to do for you guys that, ran well tonight? We've seen you up front most of the night, come home with a deserving 3rd place finish. So what does this do for the rest of the season for guys like you?
Just helps us build confidence, man. I had to miss last week. I had a family thing. We've been running good all year. We just need to keep our confidence up. I want to get a win at some point, but as long as I keep staying consistent and keeping up the good runs and doing what I do and staying clean, that's what I kind of base my racing on. I just want to be there at the end and have a chance.
Well, we appreciate you. Well, good luck the rest of the season. And before we let you go, is there anybody you want to shout out?
Yeah. Of course, God first, always. Without him, we're not doing any of this. Also want to give a shout out to Joey and his family. Just let him know we're praying for him and his mother and all of his family and everything they're going through. I want to thank Swim, all the guys there, Steven, Adam, Jeff, Adam Newber, all the guys. There's a bunch of them now. Darren's Nail Gun Repair, Millie's Restaurant Catering, A's Lawn and Landscaping, DSR Electric, Jersey Smoke Shops, Family Handyman, Ladanco, and got to thank Murph's Creations for sponsoring this race and having that awesome trophy. And then you guys here at NASRA 360. Also you, Brady, for putting all this on, man. You do a great job.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, Justin, and we look forward to hearing from you very soon. There's only a matter of time, buddy. You just keep plugging away. I know you're going to find victory lane pretty soon.
I feel that too, man. It's coming. Thank you, sir.
All right. And that was Mr. Justin Lumpkin, guys, that 3rd place finish. So, recapping, Will, Hunter Parsons, kind of played the strategy call, got the fresh tires, comes through the field, makes a courageous, 3 wide move right there, coming off a 4 where it gets very tight, going through that quad over area to, get cleared of Chris and Jeff, Stephen Thomas, Justin Lumpkin. We see those guys get through the field. Adam Johnson falls back to 4th. Adam Newton comes and finishes 5th. Brandon Bullock to 6th. So some great racing we saw tonight. A lot of urgency with these short stages. So it made for an exciting race, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with you 1,000% there, Brady. I feel like a fun night, a fun Friday night here at NASRA was exactly that with the inverted stages, You heard the drivers talk about that in those post-race interviews. They found the stages, the strategizing, having to make different calls, figuring out which number was going to be inverted. Then you figure out your strategy from then. And Brady, we talked about it during the early stages of the broadcast about how this could be looked at as a track time for some of these guys. And in that aspect, we saw some of these drivers maybe have found something here tonight. Michael McKinnon in that 13, we saw a great run out of him. Adam Johnson in that O2 machine, saw a great run out of him as well. So maybe in this, but Brady, with these four go in, these are dash for cash races. What makes them different?
So the difference, well, speaking of that, Will, we'll get into the dash for cash for week 10 through 14, and you'll see that it's an extra $25 if you just have to finish ahead of the other guy. It's four guys. So I believe it's Adam Newton, Keith Bradley, Jeff Merrick, and I can't think of the Joey Doucette, I believe, is the four guys racing next week for the Dash for Cash. They just got to outrun each other, and they get a $25 bonus for doing it. So, the All Star, different payouts, whatnot. You get paid for the stages, you get paid for the win. So the Crown Jewel races are these, historical tracks like Charlotte, Daytona, Talladega, some of those crown jewel races, Darlington. So just the dash for cash is just those week 10 to 14, and it's an extra $25 bonus, and we'll take the top four out of that race, and they'll be eligible for the next dash for cash race.
There we go. Lots more things to look forward to the last four races of the season. And Brady, after this week, we head to the old layout of Kentucky that will kick back up our points events here in the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series. But before we wrap up here tonight, again, we want to thank all of our wonderful sponsors, including Concerns of Police Survivors. Go check out all of the amazing things they do at concernsofpolicesurvivors.org, as well as Murph's Magical Creations, creating that hand laser engraved trophy for us here tonight, Brady, that Hunter Parsons gets to take home. And Brady, before we go here tonight, I know it's a fun night. It's an all-star break, but we did kick off this evening with a special message to Joey Doucette in that 16. And again, I want to repeat the same message. All of my thoughts, prayers, positive well wishes to the Joey Doucette and his family. Everything they're going through. That's a strong guy right there. I know he's an awesome guy on the track. I'm sure he's just as awesome off the track. Brady, before we go, any other words for the 16 of Joey Doucette?
No, just, I mean, it's a tough situation. Joey, runs for my team on Friday nights. Here lately on Mondays, we've been in the same Discord with Misfits Motorsports, kind of working together, getting through the playoffs, kind of an alliance deal. So just, every time we get on, just, somebody to talk about, if he wants to talk about it. There's a bunch of guys here. We got over 50 drivers that run at Nazareth, throughout all the series, and it might even be more than that, 60 guys. And the last time I talked to Joey, everybody, supporting him, reaching out to him. Like I said, it's just a brotherhood, a family. But I mean, just continue praying for him. I tell him that all the time. I was testing the other night, getting ready for the Milwaukee Mile on Monday, and he saw me in Discord, jumped in to come talk to me, just to kind of clear his mind, just to kind of get away from everything. And it's just like I tell him all the time, praying for you, man. And if you need something, we're a phone call away. Come text us, get in the Discord. We got a group chat. We talk in the Discords, we talk on Facebook Messenger. So just continue supporting those him and his family, and hopefully, it kind of eases the pain through this tough time they're going.
Absolutely. No joker here. It's time to surround a fellow member here in the Nazareth family. With that, we want to wish everybody a great night. A special congratulations to Hunter Parsons and that 25 machine for winning tonight's all-star race in the Concerns of Police Survivors Truck Series from Charlotte here in the Queen City. But for everybody here at the Nazareth 360 Racing Network, myself, William Tiller, Mr. Dean Hopton, and the boss man himself, Brady LaBeouf, we want to wish everybody a great night. Have a great weekend. Be sure to catch us back here Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for more playoff racing. If not, we'll see you at Kentucky next Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you on the track soon.